where if he doesn't like get a decent start to the lane, then he feels pressured to go BKB early before he can accomplish the Midas, which we've seen a lot. Then he just really falls off.
Yep.
Does really rely on getting that Midas and alongside the Devour to in order to keep up in terms of his farm. Speaking of Midas, 5ManMidas, again, this is their first game here in the best of one, kind of the three-team group stage round of best of ones. Sorry, my English is breaking down. Much like it would here for KBU if they do manage to lose, because then they run the gambit, and they might end up having to play some more best of ones tomorrow. Again, we will not be resolving these best of ones today. If we need to go to another round, those would take place at a sometime tomorrow, which would be disclosed. Does this block the camp?
30 seconds to
I
battle.
believe that'll block the camp. That's a curious one. I don't know if I've seen that one before.
Which, the one down bottom? I don't know.
I think it does. Because I saw Cap and what's his name, Suns fan, argue about how they weren't that camp and as well as the Radiant lower camp block weren't working at the start of the patch. So I believe they were reverted and fixed.
Yeah, but that ward is not in
The battle begins.
area, is it?
We'll have to see. Only time will tell.
I'm really curious about
Luckily,
this.
we only have to wait a minute.
Like, I'm trying to tilt my head like an idiot, and I realize like that's not how Dota works. So. No, I'm on the ground here. This ward is not there.
It's really hard to tell.
Look at the showcase mode.
I'm in showcase mode.
Right. It's not. It's right of the yellow line.
It does look outside of the yellow line, but wards have hitboxes, so it's hard to tell. Like the little circle thing, you know?
Yeah. That's true. All right, we'll see, man. I'm curious. I mean, I think it's better not to block this gap, right? Because then you give away the position of your ward. Why are you blocking this gap to begin with? So I hope it's not on purpose.
Oh no, I hope Borko isn't allowed to deward it. Don't deward it yet. I really want to see. Just wait 10 more seconds. They might kill Vol?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
They are going to bully the hell out of him, though. 5 armor, luckily, for Karate Chop Man. One of 2 melee intiers in the game.
Still dead, though.
He blocked it. He blocked the camp. Okay, and they do kill Vol.
How quickly?
What? The camp is not blocked.
Well, it's hard to say because Moonlight body blocked it. I think he body,
Oh, we're talking about different wards, dude.
Which one are you talking about?
The one to the left, the one next to the outpost.
There's no left.
The dire ward next to the outpost.
I wasn't talking about that one. Look at the.
Yeah, I realized.
Look at the hard.
I was wondering
camp.
why they would ever block.
Look at the hard camp.
Yeah, that's definitely in the line. Yeah.
I don't know. Is it?
The hitbox is when you press Alt, you can see the circle, right? At least for me. If you click on it and you press Alt, you can see the circles inside.
It looks like it. We'll see. Earth Spirit did body block the camp, so not body block, but you know what I mean. He got inside the box manually, so okay.
I was really confused as to why you thought it was.
No,
in the
that's
line,
why I was
so
talking about the
glad
low ground. Oh, he's gonna do it again.
I don't know where your camera is. You know, I was just trying my best here to figure it out.
It is. Oh, it's not blocked.
It's not blocked. Okay.
Well, what's the point of that?
That does look like it's inside.
What's the point of that sentry then?
I think it was meant to block it. Right? Because it's radiant. Yeah, you don't want to unblock that camp.
Phantasms live inside
Curious.
Chaos Knight.
You wonder, what if still Borka goes now and he's like, wait, what? And now he figures this out.
Did he put this
Moonlight just checked.
Yeah. That's so weird. Okay.
Yeah, he does the take back. He's like, wait, what? That's not supposed to work that way. that's very interesting. Dota, a game full of features.
Game full of features. Yeah, it must not be in the thing, which is weird because when you put down the ward, it's a great quality of life change. If you hold Alt or whatever you change your modifier key to, it does show you when you place on the ward, like the spawn box will turn red. So.
Oh, it's true.
Oh, Ray, yeah, you cannot pass. You shall not pass. There's a Balrog here. And that Balrog's name is Doom. He's brought Doom and death to Ray. Ray tried to he's like, excuse me, sir, tried to go both ways around, and Doom would. He insisted.
Autumn, Moonlight, Realm doesn't get any Chaos Strikes, finally gets 1, 2 in a row. Vol gets the kill, but he's probably going to feel pretty salty about that one.
I always forget that
Doom is also, by the way, one of the bigger...
Sorry, go ahead. I'm making a useless point.
Okay. Doom is also one of the bigger models in the game. by the way.
Okay, you're gonna make your own useless point. All right, you shut up. I'm gonna make.
No, that's why the
I'm gonna make mine.
that's why
now.
the body block worked. Come on, it's a very legitimate point.
I'm always shocked
He's also gonna commit suicide.
that
here.
whenever I remember that Darkseer is like literally one of the most racist Dota2 heroes in the game. He just always makes fun of people for not having pointy heads.
Yeah, it's him and Legion Commander. They're the two big.
Oh, is that
racists.
True? What?
Yeah, they changed their model because they couldn't have someone that was talking about eugenics in the game, but that was the Warcraft 3 person. Originally, the Warcraft 3 was this commander that was like human, like I guess national, I don't really know. And he really hated orcs, like but to a disgusting degree. Had a lot of lines that was like straight out of Mein Kampf, and it was really
Okay,
bad.
I mean,
And it aged poorly.
I mean, I get that though. I mean, like humans have always hated orcs. It's just like a fantasy trope, you know.
right, but
Like,
there's ways of saying
I
it.
mean, I get it,
think.
but like they've always designed orcs to basically be like absorb. Like orcs, like they don't, you know what I mean? Like they usually are written to have it coming.
Yeah, but in this case, this guy just hated them. Like they were pretty good orcs, so he just hated them because he didn't have
I mean,
them. Like, he's meant to
what
be
is
an
going
asshole.
on? That vacuum kind of ended up trolling. Vol
Yeah.
trolled himself there. He played himself.
What? Did he? Did he think the ink sweat was on his own team? I'm not sure
I
what
have
happened
no
there.
clue. It kind of looked that way because
He vacuumed
yeah,
into the ink
be-
sweat.
because
That was
Moonlight gave him a
weird.
kick, and then Vol said, no. Actually, I really would like to absorb that ink swell. I insist.
He did it just in time as well to make sure the ink swell still got him, right? Just like perfect time.
By the way, 5ManMidas are using Moonlight as a substitute instead of Sanctify.
yes,
We should point that out.
because they haven't used a player in a while. They haven't used a singles stand-in. I'm actually curious, right? I talked to Sanctify the other week. Now he's not playing, so sad. Moonlight is a Chilean player that used to play in SA, so he's maybe playing with a little bit of ping.
Jordan.
But Chile does have really good infrastructure, so it shouldn't be too high. Not like Peru.
Wow, dude, shots fired at the Peruvian engineers. They try.
Yeah. It's not their fault. It's more the amount of money that they get, right? In Chile, there's like, here's 100K to make a cabling system for the city. Cool. Chile's like, you know, in Peru, it's like, here's $100. Figure it out. Good luck.
Can we get a truck?
Also, they have mountains.
Use the llamas.
Okay, that was straight up a bit sus
Well,
there,
no,
really.
it's because we did the llama bit before. Remember in the tunnel?
That's true.
There's a,
Llamas are
it's called a
pretty great
callback
animals.
joke there.
They're the best animals for farms. Darkseer in the bottom lane. I think he's gonna die. Silenced up.
Radiant's
The ghost gets the rend damage.
Run!
And oh, that was a vacuum that made sense. They even clipped the creep. And when that Moonlight comes in, gets the kill on Steel Oracle, still worth though for KBU. While all these shenanigans are happening in the side lanes, which is kind of hard to tell who is really doing the right plays. Middle lane RL decides to stop and just take this tower.
Are you seeing the deny game, by the way, for RRL? I have no clue how he has
Yeah.
18 denies versus the Storm Spirit. This hero has
would agree.
probably the worst auto attack animation, maybe in the entire game.
Yeah.
I mean, the projectile's awful. The animation is
Yeah,
awful.
the projectile's terrible. Yeah.
Tiago's mic on my Google camera stuff. What do you mean? Oh, okay. So he joined via Google. So what they're referring to is ESL enforces, much like an online quiz at like university or perhaps high school, that they do enforce for competitive integrity. Players to have their cameras on. I don't believe they need to have their microphone. Yeah. So it's always just been voice. So it seems like they're just getting some voice.
No, I think Tiago's not part of their team. Yeah, I don't think Tiago's part of the team. I think Tiago might be one of the people. I think Tiago might be one of the people that's part of ESL or something. I'm not really sure. Like it's weird the way he said it, right? Can he mute himself? Like why would you say that if he's part of your team? I don't think, because nobody in this team is called Tiago. They're all, right?
I don't know. I unfortunately don't know.
I'm
the
gonna look this
players
up,
by
but I'm
their
pretty
full
sure.
name.
No, Tiago's a Brazilian name, so.
RRL is destroying this mid lane, though. He's level 6. Annihilate still a level behind. Cannot ball light into it because he's not level 6. Annihilate. Oh, he just got it from the creep, and he's going to be saved. Oh, Cryptstorm just barely missed. He gets saved there by the grace of the infused raindrops. I believe that would have killed him. RRL through 2 points only parted in the Cryptstorm. As the Warden is falling quickly, is going to end up going down. Now in trouble is RRL, but it's a big heal from Ray as RL still continuing to fight. Sunlight is going to make an appearance from the top lane. RL still alive, finally will be dropped, but it's also Chaos in the bottom lane. We'll stick here as Ray is going to be the final person to fall in the mid lane after the tier 1 tower is taken down. And Vol is the lone survivor in the bottom lane as he wins the mano a mano versus CK.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Nice,
under
finally
attack.
Iron Shell level 3 makes a huge difference. You took it level 4. I think now you can get CK out of lane, regardless of how many Chaos Strikes he gets. It's too much. I love that my Annihilate made that call. You can tell it was his call to like stay fighting the DP. Like, no, she'll run out of HP eventually. We will beat this. Sunlight in trouble. Nice bushwhack though to save him. And there is no Mystic
I got a
Snake.
Boulder
3 more
Smash.
seconds.
Sunlight's juking him now.
They see where he is
Radiant's
because of the
bottom
Scorched
tower
Earth.
is under
He's
attack.
away though.
Good.
He's made the correct move and
They-
immediately TP'd.
Yeah, that was good. Because they know where you went because of the Scorched Earth around you, right? So they have to kind of go they'll take a chill pill, essentially. They won't cancel your TP. Vol is going to die in the bottom lane. Nice jump by Annihilate. Once again, this guy is contaminating the tempo of the game, even if his lane did not go as well, because the denies are crazy.
Making Realm really work for these illusions. Realm says, you know what? I'll leave my own illusion to do it. Get the 5 gold. Illusion on illusion. Off to the horse races. Okay. I think he's going to win that one. Pretty big kill. You know, that's normally what Darkseers like to do. They will cut behind the tower because they have good armor, and Ion Shell is absolutely brutal to these early creep waves. But he's going to be cut down for that. Roll, finds Steel Borko before he can get off the Inkswell. Now he's got no chance thanks to Geo and a Rip. He's going to be taken down by that final Crypt one. Good kill. Seems like RRL is going to come and reinforce this push down bottom. They want to get rid of this tower. They want to make sure that's Realm or Borko, whoever it is, gets no free experience and gold in this lane.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I just checked all their names, by the way. There's nobody called Tiago on either team, so... Something.
Curious.
Be weird.
Radiant's
I would know
bottom
if a Brazilian was
tower
playing
is
with these
under
guys,
attack.
right? It just feels odd.
Yeah, no, it just feels odd. I can't imagine that Admin would leave the voice on and be talking during like the games like that. It's like,
Radiant's bottom tower
Mistakes
has
happen.
fallen.
No.
no, I mean absolutely right,
Dire's top
but
tower is under attack.
I don't know.
RL will take a tower down bottom. He's going to be kind of closing the map off for the enemy team. And
Yeah.
because this lane did not go well for Annihilate, even if Annihilate rotates correctly, they just kind of have a problem, and a DP-shaped problem they don't know how to deal with. CK is not very good against DP either until he gets items, because he needs to be able to burst her. In the early game, that Spirit Siphon completely cancels his heal, and gives her the heal instead.
5ManMidas is not interested in defending top lane. That's fine. They are making a lot of gold by farming elsewhere on the map. They already have their mid-tier 1 tower and the bottom tier 1 tower in their favor. So they're content to let this one fall. Takes Rum a while anyhow. Eventually he gets through it. Didn't have Exo. They used Exo for the bottom tier 1 tower. Dusa is happily farming away in the triangle. She's farming actually a pretty big stack of Ancients. So yeah, seems like 5ManMidas content with the way that one went down. I'm sure that they would have a much bigger defense. They'd have more to say if that were, for example, the mid-tier 1 tower that KBU were sieging. How'd Doomslane go? Doomslane went very well, actually. He's got Midas fully online and maxed Devour. He has digested a delicious Wild Wing, just a regular Wild Wing, actually, I believe. No, the Ripper has Hurricane, pardon me. Smoke play, smoke on smoke. There's wards here. Both teams have a lot of vision near the high ground. Yeah, Sunlight's smoke is going to break first. He's scouted, though, by the ward. Sunlight's going to make the jump here. They stack the silences a bit, so he can still get off a Doom, and maybe even a double Doom. He's not looking for it quite yet. Doesn't need to, because they have the damage. Thanks to Annihilate rotated through. That's the DP dead and the Earth Spirit down. Grey will follow suit very quickly. Bull is just going to get out of town here.
Okay. Looks good. I mean, you're getting the kills that you're looking for here on KPU. You're just recovering a little bit on the CK. You know you can't play around on your Storm as much, so Doom has to take up the slack a little bit. Obviously, the Midas Doom, which is the most popular build on the hero since forever, makes the hero much slower than most offlaners. So getting these early kills, even without the Doom. He didn't have it. That's why he didn't use it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I mean, it's not very useful. Like, you have a Hoodwink, so if you already bushwhack them and you get the Sharpshooter off, what does Doom do, right? A bit of extra damage, it's not that great.
Yeah.
There's nobody with a huge amount of mobility on 5-Man Midas you're canceling, unless it's like Earth Spirit. It's fair. I think Scorched Earth is better. It scales better with damage.
Sure.
And it doesn't have a huge cooldown.
Yeah, and he didn't need it in that fight, so you know his point being
Yeah.
made. You know, I just think it's nice to doom someone, especially if you're not going to be fighting during that downtime of the cooldown. Especially if you've got Soulbind. This is not, I think, the reason why they picked Doom. I don't think teams really do this kind of we want to double everything. Kind of play with Grimstroke. At least like the big spells. Doubling something like a Dragon Tail or doubling something like a Chaos Bolt is not bad. I think that's always going to be much appreciated. But, if you can double Doom, why not? Didn't have it that time around. Didn't need it. So,
Yeah. Double Doom is overrated. I think the real combo between Grimstroke and Doom is the Scorched Earth movement speed plus the Inkswell, and that's what you usually abuse in the early game. If you get a double Doom on the perfect targets, ideal, right? But it's not easy to do that most of the time. Most of the time, you Doom one good target, and the other one's like meh, and you'll take it.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a huge win, right? Dooming, muting, silencing, and otherwise just basically allowing you to ignore 2 heroes is always really nice. As long as you get the important
Sure, but let's
target. Anything else is just
Let's say
a
you
nice bonus.
Soulbind. Yeah, exactly. Let's say you Soulbind like a Abaddon +1, right? Like the Abaddon one feels useless. Yeah, it's like, why did I do that? Well, I guess Abaddon's not that bad because I guess you get rid of the
I don't know.
shield.
I mean,
No,
it's
that's
still
true.
pretty good. As long as you get like the important target, everything else is just a cherry on top, right?
Yeah, but it feels like the execution is now harder for the Doom when you do that. Because you have to wait for the Soulbind. You have to then get the perfect, Doom onto those 2 heroes. You can't just initiate Doom the first target and get rid of it. A lot of the Doom targets are timing based. Here we have 2 examples, right? DP and Dusa. That's why the double Doom is like, again, I agree, it's a cherry on top. But people get baited, especially lower tier teams, by how strong
I mean, I don't
interaction
think like oh, okay, and there's an Orchid on the line. They missed the rolling boulder stun here. Magnetize is good. They pull him back into the camp as well. It's a lot of damage over time as they refresh the Magnetize. I believe he is going to drop. He gets the Doom off before he goes onto the Earth Spirit. That'll secure the kill for sure.
But he was dead anyway, to be honest.
100%, yeah.
But, I mean,
yeah, I mean, I don't think, like, the thing about the double Doom is, like, again, you don't need to do it, right? I think it's only something that you should do if you have, the ideal Doom target latched. If you don't, I don't think you really need to do it then, right?
Exactly. Exactly, that's what I mean. He did.
Oh, they missed the push.
I don't know if that tree broke or he messed up the acorn shot there, but they got him regardless, so it's good. And Soulbind for good measure. Don't come near me, Ray. I will bind you to anyone.
Yeah, so like that's what I was going at. Like if at least one good Doom target is latched, then it just feels amazing, right? This double Doom. If no good Doom targets are latched, or like if someone else needs to be doomed in the fight, then it's no skin off of his teeth. I think he's still happy to doom whatever target if he can get it off. And now that he's got Blink Dagger and is free to go into BKB, he should really have no problem getting these dooms off.
What have we
He's
Yeah, you should. And again, the timing is important, right? Because this is what I mean with this. I'd much rather you doom a single target, which is DP Dusa, before the ultimates come off, than you try to get this perfect double doom, wait for the Grimstroke, blah, blah, and all of a sudden, they've already got Exo, and it feels weak. So, I like that he's going for this build. He's not concentrating on this idea. Though I will question that if you're not getting Doom early on the hero, it kind of shows maybe it wasn't the best Doom game. They must have gotten it for other attributes of the hero. Like the fasting, the fast Midas, for example, the scalability. There's other aspects to this hero than the ultimate.
So I'll say this hero does not fast because he devours creeps all day long and all night long.
Yeah.
Warden?
They broke all the trees. They're like, well, would I scurry in now? Nothing.
Oh, no, he doesn't. And Iron Shell, oh, it's so much damage. Help.
Yeah. Moonlight, cosplaying. Proper Chilean, right? Much like what is happening in this country with deforestation. He does the same thing to this
I
world.
like the name Moonlight as well, because I don't know if it's the
Great
same
name.
meaning in Spanish. Perhaps he just, it's more of a romantic kind of thing. Hold on, we're going to fight stuff.
What the fuck is the meaning in English?
Moonlight? To moonlight means to have a second job.
Oh.
So, like, if I
it's true.
moonlight
That's
as a
not the
bartender,
case.
it means this is my day job, but I have a second occupation.
I'd forgotten about that.
So
Yeah, no.
I think Moonlight's really cool, especially as a stand-in, because it's like, yeah, I'm just standing in, I'm Moonlight here. What's his day job? He I don't know, works. He's
No, that's not. We don't call that in
a
Spanish.
butcher's assistant, perhaps.
In Spanish, I think people have 2 jobs. At least in Spain, it's called lucky people. That's what we call it. Oh, hey, you're one of
I
the
don't
lucky
think
people.
it's lucky to have 2 jobs, mate.
Yeah, it's true. It's lucky to have one. Two
Yeah,
is impossible.
it's lucky to have one job. I don't think anyone, calm down there,
we
Mr.
call them unicorns. That's
Mr.
true.
Shakiro. Shapiro.
All right. I'll give you. No, I'm not gonna do the impression. Volt, I think that's not gonna stop, but at least it blocks the sharpshooter. I don't think there was a follow-up to the sharpshooter.
No, there really wasn't.
Casual sharpshooter.
It was just kind of, I can shoot you if I want to. And Moonlight was there. He moonlights as a bodyguard.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He does. That's the typical Moonlight job, I bet, right?
No, it's probably some sort of like food and beverage.
Bartender.
Yeah.
Bodyguard. Teacher.
Rock star.
Pyramid schemes.
Yeah, pyramid schemes is probably a big one.
Yeah, right. Unfortunately. Crypto now, I guess. That's what you call it.
I mean, it's still kind of a pyramid scheme, isn't it?
Well, that's the joke, Richard.
Oh, I see.
Is under attack.
Well, I thought you were just saying a lot of people dabble in crypto on the side, which is also true.
Yeah. Is moonlighting only when you have a fixed job, or can you do something that gives you income? Like if I make scented candles on the side, but it's not an official job, is that still...
it's anything. It's anything. Do you know where it started? I believe.
Stupendous.
No.
So in the Appalachian climate or whatever, in that part of the United States,
Radiant's top
alcohol
tower is
was
under
like banned for a
attack.
long time, but a lot of people still wanted to make their own moonshine. So they would use the moonlight to help them make liquor at night. So
that's nice.
Yeah. So yeah, and they would make money off of it, obviously. And, yeah. So that's I believe a secondary. Okay, double silence here. I don't think it's gonna make too big of a difference. Essence Ring though is kind of clutch, but it's a 5-man gank, and well, that is a very dead Storm Spirit. Even if they did stack silences, it didn't matter.
And all his mentions about his name, by the way, we should have mentioned that he's also playing his favorite hero. He's very well known for the Earth Spirit, and the guy he's pretty strong position 4. He kind of didn't make it because, again, doesn't live in Peru, always a disadvantage in South America. As DP gets bursted down, Realm finally has the items to do so. Well done. And he's going for that BKB next. Let's see if he can take this tower as well. Okay,
Wow.
he just forces...
Wow, Ray almost got killed. You can, of course, on Abba, if you're broken, or you're just broken usually, or if you do more than 400 damage in one hit, in one go, you can kill Abba through his ultimates. Or I guess before the ultimate procs would be more accurate, not through the ultimate.
With Legion, it used to be the case, right? We used to go, it was Silver Edge Legion, right? And then you just break the Abba, duel him, and then that silences you, and then you can't
Exactly, because you can activate it if you're otherwise not silenced, but in a duel you're silenced and muted. You're basically doomed in a duel.
Exactly, yes. So here, for example, if the Doom goes for the Ags, then he can just tear right through the Abba.
Very true. Yeah, the break. Although you have a break already, right?
Who's the break? Oh, the
I know, you always forget. That's why I'm testing you.
Ever seen someone bleed out?
I'm a big Hoodwink fan as well. I love this hero.
I know. You went on and on about her figure and her taste.
Well, no, that's very different. I'm a fan of playing her. I would eat her if need be.
Do you hold on, actually, in trouble is, well, actually still Borko. Realm might get a kill in return. The Doom's onto the Darks here. Annihilate.
That's the target.
Zips zaps into the river. Ray does have his ulti, and he's going to heal quite a bit off of this, but can do nothing to save the life of his fellow purple pointy man. And
Well done.
As soon as that borrow time is up, so is Ray.
In a game where I honestly thought Doom would be pretty much a non-factor, I think Sunlight's having a really good impact. Not necessarily with a spell, right? He's just kind of more of a tank here. Obviously, that was a good target for the Doom, but still, I'm really impressed with Sunlight's play.
Here it is. Reality Rift onto Roche, which is -7 armor, in addition to the Blightstone. Liza's showing up here. There's not a lot left in the tank, actually, for KBU. And luckily, well, not luckily, skillfully, he gets off the stun. BKB comes through. Sunlight does not have Doom. Lies is going to be stunned up for a while as they try and hit him with the Phantom Embrace. Not going to connect. They have already chopped through RRL, and now very quickly burning through the mana of Lies. Big kick, though, out from Moonlight as he lands a second stun, and finally will get the kill onto Realm. Bushwhack is at least going to stop. Bushwhack is going to stop them going from any further. Warden might die to that urn. Squirrels aren't known really for their HP. And he's going to stay alive, just barely though. Just barely.
Just barely. The tower region actually kept him alive there. And I take the Roche for free now, 5ManMidas. I have been in this position before. Your Doom finally gets his measly stomp on 3 heroes, so you think, this must be the best opportunity we've ever been presented. There's no way this will ever come. And turns out you kind of overextended, you didn't have ultimates, you forgot about all the other aspects, and you got overexcited. This happens though. With these skills that are so hard to land, particularly this War Stomp, which is just trash skill, it makes sense that this can happen to you sometimes.
Yeah, it's better when Mr. Stampy uses it. It's not really that impressive on Doom. It's usually like the Doom setup. You know, like that's a follow-up, but unfortunately, when you don't have Doom...
I mean, it's good on Doom, but you have to have all the other resources to fight,
Yeah.
right? You need the Doom.
You need Doom.
You need the Phantasm.
Yes, and,
yeah.
none of them were available. That's why it was a good play by Lies to recognize, guys, they have nothing. We can just go in and fight them. They don't do Roche that quickly.
Also, I'm Medusa. I won't die.
I'm Medusa. Yeah, and he did not die. Now has Aegis, Eye of Scotty before the fight began. Is going to be going for the Silver Edge this game. He was committing because he's already purchased the Shadow Amulet.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
What are you breaking this game? Chaos Strike. About it.
Yeah, I don't see anything else.
Overload, I guess.
Maybe my finger.
Sure. I don't think you're going to break
There's the
storm,
break,
though.
by the way. Oh, well, Abba didn't have ulti, but even if it did, it wouldn't have activated.
The Doom on Darkseer, well done. He's getting the right target every time.
Oh, the
And without
good.
Darkseer, you lose your team fight. Now they kill the Earth Spirit. Don't look at Lies. He's too scary. Don't look at
look
Lies,
at him.
Sunlight. Don't look at him. Sunlight, run. Borko looked at him too long. Borko will have to sacrifice himself for this. Everyone retreats. Moonlight buys back, so does Ray. They get their supports back. The Darkseer doesn't, though. And they only get 5 in exchange, so KBU, good discipline there, retreating in time.
Yeah, surprised by those buybacks, to be honest. I think, especially now with Blink Dagger on Doom, I think CK doesn't have one quite yet, but not the slowest of heroes. 370 move speed's fairly respectable. And of course, a Storm who could just zip away. I'm surprised that they thought they were going to get more from that. Although they just might, because taking the scenic route is going to be the CK. And once again, it's very difficult to TP away in front of an Earth Spirit, because that rule is 4 seconds at max level. And TPs are usually 3 to 4. So, yeah, it's a kill there on some Realm.
Why was he there? I thought they had plenty of time. Right?
Again, I was surprised as well. That was why I was saying the buybacks I don't think were super well utilized, because again, everyone is pretty fast and mobile, and then Realm decided to take the scenic route home. Thought he was just going to go simply back up. If he had just literally walked up through the top lane entrance, he would have been fine.
Yeah.
Didn't do that though. And
Nope.
now that's...
And now Deuce is becoming a problem, and then the Deuce versus CK matchup starts to come into play. If Storm was more farmed, this wouldn't be a concern, because he would mitigate that issue, but he is under farmed.
He had a really tough laning stage, but
Yes.
now he's got BKB, right? And he's had it for a fight, but this is still a really big turning point for him. He is about to also have Akaya online to increase his damage output alongside the dual null talismans, which are about to double their bonuses. So, you know, it's a little bit of a spike here for Annihilate. I don't know if it's going to be anything to write home about, but combine this now with the BKB for the CK, who still doesn't have the most damage. He's going for Heart, and that does translate into damage. I hear a silence mid lane. Annihilate simply just uses BKB, and I think he's going to murder Bull for this.
You dare Orchid me? Oh, actually, Annihilate might not get this kill. Okay, he will. He realizes he has enough mana to get away.
Chasing his brother.
He has to TP now. Does not have TP for another 5 seconds, but he gets away from the rolling boulders. Well done. Run.
Right, he gets away.
So, they acknowledge the target for Vo is really valuable here. Earth Spirit does bring a secondary team fight, but Vo is crucial to these team fights
Vo's the
working
big
out for
one.
them. So they're putting a lot of pressure. And now the difficulty is that this team of 5ManMidas is going to become Dusa plus 4 other people, right? And when that happens, everyone in KBU US will just start to itemize against the Dusa. We're already seeing a Heaven's Halberd on Doom. I wouldn't be surprised if CK concerns own. Honestly, it's possible.
Oh, I mean, I get it. I think it's a valuable item this game against the Dusa, but I just think you're going to lack damage, especially because you're going for Heart and Heaven's Halberd. Like, it just feels like
That's fair.
a lot of defensive items. And BKB, like, where's the damage?
Yeah, if you go Halberd, you don't finish the fight, right? So you gotta make a choice between the two. Again, we have options like Lotus Orb as well, or I mean, you can just push her back like this. That's also fine.
Not bad.
It does
Still with
Adam.
Aegis. There's the pullback again from Reality Rift that you were talking about. That's a lot of damage here. They might just get her there on
She's
the
dead.
Infernal Blade. And I don't know what the killing blow was, but they had lots of damage for sure. Pushback misses.
Okay, the Doom walks in, and they feel like they got a free
Doom.
fight here. They can get a double Doom off.
Oh, it
no,
hit
no,
Earth
actually it was
Spirit.
avoided by
It was
the Yules. Yeah, that was well done there. Realm actually is gonna die here, and the Dusa with Doom is just not that valuable. Storm, silenced in the back lines. He's still being controlled right now. Ken bot lying to safety. Initiate to a TP. The Doom is still being chased. Cryptstorm will get him. The tower not dealing enough damage to RL despite the bushwhack help.
Probably not gonna get this kill. Yeah, hits the Deuce.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yeah,
is
okay.
under attack.
This is what I mean though. Like I think he got bait of a double Doom. Those were terrible Doom targets.
Yeah.
80 Earth Spirit was okay, but you want the Darkseer every time, if not the DP. I don't.
Not the best ones. The problem was by the time that Doom was ready to fight, or like at least in position, Darkseer had already gotten up all of his spells. Like he already vacuumed, he already walled. Like, what are you gonna stop a surge? Like, it just doesn't feel amazing. So yeah, good initiation there by the Darkseer. Bushwhack is great. They do well to get the first life on the Dusa, and again, I'm surprised they went for the second life, considering that 5ManMidas had the opportunity to properly set up the second time around. The dust is there for lives. Bushwhack once again is going to whiff, and they could set up here. Dual Scepter onto the Storm. No, they're not going to try for it. Borrow Time is ready, so they're going to ignore the Abba first, just proc the Borrow Time. And instead, Annihilate is going to go for his younger, older brother. Older brother, and Rom will get the killing blow.
Yeah, Stormer's the
He's
youngest.
the baby. You can tell by the beard length.
Oh, I thought you could tell by how obnoxious he is.
Well, I wouldn't say that because I think Ember is quite obnoxious with the way that he speaks in Force.
No, Ember is clearly the elder middle brother. It's so obvious. Right? Because he's like, he like tries to be more interesting, right?
Oh yeah,
But he
yeah.
can't
I
really.
forgot Void Spirit. Yes, yes.
Yeah, Void Spirit is the two elder
Still Void
brother.
Spirit.
He's the
He's got
wise
quite
sage.
the long beard too.
Yeah, that is how you measure brotherly. Ember is clean shaven though.
No, is he?
Yes, he is. No? I'm pretty sure.
I have to look it up.
I mean, cosmetics aside, right? Like the basic Ember.
Yeah.
And Earth Spirit's also clean shaven. The middle brothers are both clean shaven.
What?
I don't think Earth Spirit. I don't know if he can grow beards. I'm not. He's made out of rock, so.
Yeah, you can grow. It's like algae or whatever.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, rock can grow hair.
Yeah.
That's true. Annihilate's going for the BKB. It's going to help their team fight a lot. I feel like they have to have a clearer idea of what these team fights go for. Because that last fight was weird to me as well. Because I just saw the Dusa die to Chaos Bolt. And go, Ava, you have all your spells, dude. You just needed to stop that Chaos Bolt. You were fine.
Yeah.
So that was weird.
Yeah, Abba's got.
Yeah, Abba was
the
watching.
thing is, like, Abba's got terrible cast ranges, and he's gone for the helm.
No, I checked when that was happening. He had cast range for both.
Surprised. Yeah, because Lies got pulled back twice by the Rift, which ended up.
Right, he didn't have anything there, and fair enough. But like when the Chaos Bolt was flying in the air, and Abba's like, well, that's a pretty Chaos Bolt. He just let Dusa die. I can see maybe that was a bait for KBU. It could have been.
Could have been.
But it was odd all around. And I think that like destabilized KBU a bit. They didn't really know how to take that. At least Annihilate is recovering slightly. He's gonna match soon the enemy offlaner, who's above the enemy mid laner, so it's a big deal. And once he gets the Ags, I think that plus the Shard will get him back into the game.
Ember Spirit. It's hard to tell if he has a beard. He's got a beard. He definitely has got facial hair. 100%.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. Problem is it's not
remember.
much more significant than the Storms. At least with this cosmetic for Storm.
Oh, I see what you mean. There's like a stubble
Yep.
there. It's kind of hard to tell.
For the record, I did hit the tree.
Oh, I always assumed that was just clean shaven.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't think you would know the definition of clean shaven if a razor hit you in the face, Alvaro.
It's very offensive. I just want to point out, and it's again the Sikh religion to shave your hair. In some places, I am not one of them.
You are
but I
not
just
Sikh.
wanna point out.
It is against the Sikh religion to trim any of your hairs, actually.
Yes, exactly. Yes,
So
that's
not
true.
just the beard hairs, actually.
That's true.
All hair.
Yeah. I want to point out again, I have no relation to that.
No, you
but
don't. You're just lazy.
I like to think that all these ideas also come from at least one person thinking, wow, wouldn't this be nice?
Again. Oh, Yule Scepter. They're going to try and set up for this. Really, actually. Oh, Vacuum. Onto 2 is pretty good. The wall's going to whiff.
Oh, missed the
but
wall.
they can kick Borko back in. No, they're going to kick a Remnant in instead.
He's dead.
Borko?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So,
Borko died so fast at the team fight that Richie literally depersonified him and became an it halfway through the fight. As Sunlight takes down Moonlight, or stuns him, fair amount of time. Does he have the shard on him?
you have Sunlight and
okay.
Moonlight.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Oh,
attack.
yeah.
It's like a
true, yeah.
Pokemon game.
Yeah, it is, yeah. The worst ones, though.
Radiant's middle tower
Unfortunately.
is under attack.
Well, I don't know. Sword and Shield really did a number as well. As I forgot that you could use the shard of the Darkseer onto the CK illusions, but the CK illusions still are stronger, right?
Yep.
Even though they are the best illusions in the game, Darkseer does not copy that, even if he does the wall onto CK.
Yeah, replica damage. I think actually, technically these are a little bit better, aren't they? Because they take 200% damage and they deal 105.
Dire's bottom tower
Oh,
is
no,
under
you're right,
attack.
actually.
Yeah, Dark
Oh, no, you're
Dark
totally
Seer
right.
Illusions kick
Yeah.
butt. That's kind of his old gimmick. After they removed or changed his eggs, right? Because his old eggs used to like make his illusions do like 260% damage or something stupid.
Yeah, that was
Radiant's
wild.
top tower has fallen.
That was like good at once in a blue moon, and then they decided to give it to Grimstroke and also make it magic immune for God knows what reason.
Radiant's
I
top
would like to
tower
see that on
is under
Grimstroke, but I don't think he's ever going to get the mana. The gold,
Radiant
sorry.
structures
He is
are
building it.
fortified.
That with Dusa is brutal, right?
It is, but it's usually really good if she builds for a butterfly, and against Elias has decided
Radiant's
against
top
that this
tower
game. I
is
think
under
keeping
Smart.
that in mind, yeah. It can be absolutely brutal. I think Dusa, Luna,
Dire's middle tower is
TVs
under
are usually
attack.
sometimes a little bit difficult to take down. Probably PAs as well.
Jug as well.
Jug. But also Wraith King, right? Surprisingly good to make a Dark Portrait of.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Many heroes with good passives. Rel? He's,
He has the shard now. Once he gets the Ag, it's going to be a nuisance. The Warden does get the Bushwhack off. Can you continue playing the game of pushing him back?
is-
This time Ray's in a better position, though.
this might be just Lane Barracks. Oh, the Doom. They find the DP. It's a good target. Sunlight's a bit alone,
That's a
though.
very good Doom.
Uh,
I think they should follow up. This is an
no one
incredible
else is
Doom.
going in.
So-
There's Iron Islet.
Okay. Here's the Electric Vortex earlier, though. That's the Axe Electric Vortex. It's time to go for Moonlight instead. Maybe now they're overextending. The Extra Sim can come out. RL did not get killed, and this was... They just baited themselves. It took too long to respawn. Now the Doom is going to die here. Moonlight does fall to his brother. Both of them buy back immediately. And Steel Borko has no chance to
He's gonna have
survive.
to buy
It's
back.
just a
Yeah.
5.
They
Caught us collateral.
They could very well end up getting Megas here, or potentially just lose the game. They have to get them off the high ground. This EXO is terrifying right now. They don't have Doom, though. Oh,
They do have an Electric Vortex,
Big
though.
one.
Where's the Insul? Only Stroke of Fate for now. A lot of damage onto the TP. They finally get rid of the Exo. Bolt's also down.
Wow.
And they burst out the Dusa thanks to the
Bar
Sharpshooter
time.
Ray. They want to force him away. They kill him instead. And Lies has been left alone. Galaxy Rift doing a number on him. Now they can finally group up and pummel him like Perseus once did.
was it Perseus? Did Perseus kill Dusa?
Wasn't it Perseus? I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I don't know if it was if that was in the
And
book.
everyone knows that the real thing that he did was not actually the shield. That's like a gimmick. He didn't actually come up with it. He just bought 100 people, and like the first 10 turned to stone, but the rest could just beat her to death. It was much easier than the whole shield thing.
What?
The guy was a general. Do you think he didn't have 100 soldiers to spare against the Dusa? Easy, man.
Wait, but it's not like
Just-
it's not. Dusa just had perma stone gaze. It's not like she could only turn 10 men to stone a day.
Yeah, but then you threw the stone soldier onto her. You didn't have to look at her. You just punched her without looking, right? You don't need any vision when she's surrounded by soldiers. It was easy.
I think you forget what generals do.
That-
Generals are pretty good at thinking. They don't just throw their boys
No,
in.
that's Greek mythology. No, no. Have you ever read any piece of Russian history? Yeah,
Okay,
I don't think
okay,
it's
well
true.
that's a little different. I'm actually
Yeah.
reading a. You know what? This is completely irrelevant. But sometimes,
Yeah, let's not go on
sometimes
that.
generals
I wanted
do
to
that.
point out
Okay.
in that fight. I wanted to point out in that fight that the initiation by Sunlight, even though it looked in Dota, I think we have a tendency to go and always attack the plays, right? And go like, oh, that was a mistake. Like play can always be a mistake. We don't usually define inaction as a mistake. But I do think in that case, KBU could have jumped in much sooner. That was a fantastic Doom, and they could have killed the DP. Herb getting EXO and BKB off completely nullified them. I get why KBU was scared, but it's just, mate, you got a once in a lifetime
I
opportunity.
actually think Ironilite is quite scared of getting vacuumed out of Ball Lightning, like completely.
Honestly, yes,
it's a
you're
big
right.
concern because he.
It's understandable why
Yeah.
they did that, right? I'm not
Yeah.
going to blame him for that, but I also think that was one of those situations where you risk it to get the biscuit, and they did get the team fight eventually, right? So
Okay, Realm nearly has Eye of Scotty completed. In fact, he has the money for it, but would probably like to save for buyback, of course, in a game that's this precarious. Granted, it's a best of one, so I believe that's the right move to make. But that's going to be a big item for him. It reduces the amount of heals that Ab is able to output onto any particular target, reduces the heals that DP gets, which is plentiful, right? Plenty of tanky heroes for her to life drain off of. So it's a big item for her. For him, as well as, of course, slowing the Dusa's attack speed and move
Dire's
speed.
top tower is under attack.
Dusa actually going for a
Yeah,
BKB
that's
of
a
her
big deal.
own.
Scotty is not a good item on CK generally, right? But when you're up against a ranged hero like Dusa, who's also a better core to core, you're totally right. It's completely worth it this game. I'm glad the Realm recognizes this. This makes the CK deviate though, right? The CK right now, at least as being played, is more of this, I reality rift the hero, we murder him,
Is under attack.
done.
Yeah.
But the old CK used to be the, oh my god, this guy's strength gain is insane. You build heart and he's unkillable, right? And that's kind of how he's playing this time. with Dusa having a lot of sustained damage, but not a lot of burst, it's actually easier to take advantage of this aspect of the CK.
Yeah, and fortunately, CK is the type of hero where, like, building stats on him, it's not the norm for sure. Like, normally you go for a couple of different items, but he is a hero that can actually utilize them because he does most of his damage through crits, and this is a great stat item for him. And illusions, right? But the illusions also crit, which you get them off the stats. And they do benefit from the Scotty stats. They don't get the actives, of course. Like, they don't slow or apply the debuff, but they certainly can benefit from the bonus stats because they crit off of it. It's much like Sven or PAs, right? Like, stats is always just good on those heroes because of the crits.
Well, I mean, yeah, general any sort of damage is good on those heroes, right?
Right, but stats doesn't always, like, there's, if you're building damage, like, compared to most carries, like, you know, Dusa, she's a good stat carrier as well, once crits, though, right?
Yeah, stats are just good on carries. Like, I mean, for the CK, I think the stats is really the illusions part. Most people don't play the CK into a late game role because he usually lacks the farming speed to do that. But he's actually a really solid hero as a late game hero. Mind you, you're up against Dusa, the queen of late game, so it's tough, right? It's not going to be the easy game, but it is possible. She did go for Linken's, which shows how afraid she is of Reality Rift. That's entirely for Reality Rift, by the way. There's nothing else that she wants to block here as strongly. This is not for the Doom, because Doom on Dusa is not that impactful. And now she goes for BKB on top of that to make sure that the only skills are Reality Rift.
Ward. Just got him.
Oof, that's brutal. He has BKB TP.
And Lies not close enough to turn the stone. At least not fast enough. Nothing else to pierce the BKB. So he's going to be free to go. That might prevent him from having a BKB for this upcoming Roche fight if it's a fast Roche and if KBU are going to fight it. Two big ifs.
Maybe you can. I think KBU can. The smaller the choke point, the more useful this garbage war stomp is, right? So Roche is actually a pretty good fighting place for Doom.
Dusa now is going to be applying Skadi debuffs and can roll for the crits on the Silver Edge for every attack. Okay,
that's brutal. One of the strongest power spikes for any late game carry. The pushback though.
Doom.
He did. And then they jumped onto it immediately.
No, he did
use the Doom here. They're gonna kill the Dusa. Oh my god, the damage is so high. And now they gotta deal with the DP. That's the second damage dealer here. Moonlight will be the target though, because he's easier to kill. Linken's also an RRL, stops the Chaos Bolt. Or that Linken's was given to him by someone. It was the Darkseer, okay. Ray does fall as well. As Annihilate says, where's your Linken's now, RRL? Payback for the lane. And he's actually surpassing her. That was much more damage than I expected they could do. But you know what came into play there? It was the Ags on Steel Borko.
Yeah, it did, but I believe he actually... No, actually that was... Yeah. He did get it onto the Dusa. He used it twice in that fight, as Volt is going to be caught. Getting a little bit greedy there, tried to push the wave one more time in the mid lane, but there is a ward. This is a very strange ward, basically where the Dire Tier 1 used to stand. The KBU have decided to erect a sentry there. It's going to pay off and give them a kill. So a full team wipe in exchange for literally losing nothing. I thought maybe Annihilate wasn't going to be as strong in that fight because he didn't have a BKB. Didn't care. Just zipped around as soon as the Dusa was controlled. Vacuum doesn't hit him. Earth Spirit's not able to find him. Great fight.
Yeah, between the Shard, the Shard on Storm, sorry, the Ags on Grimstroke, and, well, CK naturally being a pretty hard damaging hero, it was incredible how fast they dropped the Dusa. And that's because Dusa's deviated into a lot of items that are not, like, ideal for her, right? The ideal Dusa just goes for stat items. But you gotta go for Silver Edge because you need some more damage against the critting CK. Oh, you gotta deal with the Reality Rift, so there's Linken's. Yeah, Linken's give stats, but not to the degree of, say, Scotty. The perfect Dusa is just 5 Scotties in the inventory, right?
Probably... Yeah, I don't know, actually.
I mean, in terms of... it's never right the right play.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, in terms of, like, how to scale her best, right? You just want as many stats as possible. So that's why we're seeing her actually being killable here, because she's gone for hybrid, right? You need a little bit of damage, you need to be useful with the team, you need a little bit of tankability, but it's not quite either or, and CK is being able to mash her to bits.
What did they pop her Linken's with, by the way? Must have been...
it was the Acorn shot.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty good at it. Yeah, pretty good range.
Yep. Either that or Atos, I couldn't tell. Some projectile come from Hoodwink. Honestly, scrolls are too small. The projectiles are small.
The figure is tiny.
Figure is tiny.
Figure.
Yeah. That's why BSJ likes to take their tails, right? It's easy. They're easily believable.
You mean Pale Horse? No, actually, it was BSJ. Yeah, Gremlo said BSJ later.
Pale Horse is a normal guy. BSJ is the psychopath.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Pale Horse is just trying to win some Dota, and his team griefs him.
It's true. And then they send a message like, "Hey, we lost that game. Could you coach us?" I have a promo code.
Oh, goodness.
Shiva's is going to help the DP a lot. They need some sort of, like, they need as much regen mitigation as possible that they see the CK and what he went for. That Scotty is a nuisance.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're pretty close to basically negating all heals because they've had the Shivas as well for Doom Online. And he's got a Swift Blink. Not Swift Blink, Arcane
No, I
Blink.
meant for 5ManMidas.
Right.
They need a, yeah. They need the Shivas on DP to be able to do that. Because they have Scotty on Dusa already. But she's stunned. She can't apply the Scotty debuff. It's actually a big deal, right? They can't really get the CK off her if they can't apply the Scotty debuff to the CK.
Yeah, this is why maybe the Pugna was another consideration. Perhaps the scam instead of the Abba. Like, the save is... I'm not going to say it's better for Pugna because Aphotic Shield purges nearly everything in the game. In fact, it's quite funny. On the old Dota 2 wiki, I'm not sure what the new one looks like. If you look for spells that Aphotic Shield purges, it actually links you instead to the list of spells that Aphotic Shield does not purge, because it's much easier to look at that list. Not a big list. Oh, Smoke's gonna break. Annihilate with a big jump forward. Budget Black Hole finds 2. Although RL does get the BKB off, he's still gonna be doomed. He's at least allowed to run away, but can't get off the Exo. Stone Gaze this time's a lot better. Turns out the Sunlight to Stone, but the second jump in from the Storm does not find our Lies as he gets off the BKB this time around. BKB wears off, however, and now Realm is starting to beat into him. There's no support for him here. Vol's gonna at least hit him with a punch, but after the Dusa has fallen, Dusa without buyback, as KBU have recovered this game, and it seems like at this rate, Avo, they are not going to be relegated.
Man, this is the best KBU we've watched in a while. I feel like they just came to play, dude. I don't know what they did this week, but they're looking really good. The team fights proposition is so good, and I think the idea of 5ManMidas, you could argue they should have fought this high ground, which is fair enough, right? And that can be any criticism. But overall, that idea of putting Dusa in a safe spot and making it difficult for them to jump on her, and if they jumped on her, they could get punished, it was not a bad idea. It's just that KBU knows exactly how to take these fights. They know they have to control the Dusa, deal with the things around the Dusa, and then finalize the Dusa. But they always run the CK against her, which means that they have a mix of control and damage, where 5ManMidas is torn, right? I mean, they have a lot of save, but what do they save? Do they save the Dusa? That feels useless, because she's going to last forever anyway. But if they don't save her, she can't hit anyone. Do they save the other teammates? Well, but if they save them, the Dusa's going to die solo, right? It's a really difficult situation. I think it's really well done. These team fights are very well I do like.
You're right about cheese. I know, just eat the cheese, brother. I will eat the cheese. Yeah. Eat the cheese. Was that Neon, right? Yeah, Mushi, I will eat the cheese. Amazing voice line. Yeah, KBU they're looking fantastic right now. Up 22k. This game was looking really, really difficult for them as well.
That was Mushi, I thought it was Chuan.
Was it Chuan? I think it was Chuan.
I'm pretty sure it was Chuan.
Really the cheese.
Eating the cheese bag was Chuan, that's why.
Was it? Was it not Mushi at TI 6, 5? I think the cheese. It was Kyo. Sorry, remember when Kyo? He was so happy when he bit into that cheese.
The Chuan says, I will eat the cheese.
Yeah, it was the voice line, but I was thinking about someone at TI, one of the C players, that it took a mighty chomp of the cheese, and it was Kyo.
Look, you have to understand, Richie is American, right? He doesn't recognize other countries. He just thinks it's America and the rest of the world, so they're all the same to him. It's unfortunate. Even though he does live in Malaysia.
Yes.
It's very cultured bad.
Yes, indeed.
And can tell you stories about Russian history, but don't let that fool you. Yes. Don't let that fool you about his nationality.
History is a fascinating subject.
It is indeed, especially considering how much we talked about at the cast. We almost have the Ags on Ray, by the way, so that might make a difference here. You know what? I would have liked the Aether Lens more than the Helm. I feel like Ray had a much more protagonist role. You were talking about how weak his save was. I feel like the Aether Lens would have helped him a lot. Because the Reality Rift makes Ray's game impossible. Yeah. Really.
Aphotic Shield's got a really nasty cast animation, actually. It's very long.
Oh, it's pretty long.
Yeah. I mean, for good reason.
If someone's going to die, do not cast Aphotic Shield on him. Always miscoil. It's so much faster.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess it's situational, but like in general, if they just need a little bit of HP, yeah, you should.
Yeah, exactly.
Miscoil's,
like someone's about to die.
Miscoil's very fast. It might buy you the time that you need to actually cast Aphotic Shield. X is good on Abba. Again, there might be problems with him this game because if he can get silenced and broken, then he cannot activate it. Pardon me. And there's plenty of silences and a break, right? So.
Well, I wanted to check, by the way. Do you think Reality Rift actually pushes you further than the Aphotic Shield's cast range? I think it does. Right?
Well, it's a points along the line that's random, so it's hard to say for sure, right?
Oh, right. Okay, so it could be.
It could be.
Right.
what is the pull distance? 600, right?
Maximum, right? And a Photic Shield and Miscall around 400, 450, something like that.
Yeah, it looks like about the average ranged hero attack range, which is 400. Yeah, I'd call it about 400, 450, maybe 500. On a good
Is that really the average? Is it because some ranged heroes bring it down?
Sorry, I shouldn't say average. 400 is standard for ranged heroes. I should not say average. Some heroes have higher.
Okay.
Most heroes. Some heroes have higher, some don't. But yeah, 400 is your standard ranged hero. You know, like your snipers. I mean, everyone builds freaking Dragonlance these days, right? But like,
yeah, the Lunas, the Morphlings, they're all ranged, and they're all 400.
Yeah.
Okay, well, did you just see that?
Yeah, I did.
Poor guys got stunned by Stumpy. Warden? Warden? Silence. Okay. They're not
Doom,
gonna
they found RL again.
And that's before Exorcism once again.
Doom's ready to go.
Oh god, someone's playing so well. Yeah, I think they can kill him in
The
time,
Axe,
but
keeping him alive.
This, the Axe. That is keeping him alive. They gotta kill this DP. The Doom's about to end. Kill
they
him
got
quick.
her.
They got her. They got her. And they still have a second Doom. Who are they gonna use it with? Annihilate actually refreshed as well for get a second BKB just in case. They destroyed Ray in a matter of seconds. That flicker in place. Sunlight baiting the stomp.
That.
They let Dusa live. Dude, Sunlight's playing a hell of a game. Dooming a DP before EXO comes out is not easy.
Yeah, surprised that they've been able to get it so consistently. I mean, there is a Linken's up. I mean, I guess Dusa doesn't want to get doomed either, right? So she's keeping it for herself, but they've been getting it just consistently down.
Dire's top
And
tower.
No, I do think she should Linken's the DP. I agree with you, man. There's a Linken's on Darkseer, though. I think that's why. Like, they only have...
Okay.
Can they... you can't apply 2 Linken's, right? So...
They have cut the wave. Oh, no, they've tried to cut the wave, but actually Darkseer was a bit slow. So there's 2 waves coming in, actually. One already on the high ground. That is not going to be
That's a
nuked.
problem.
There is a Doom available, but no BKB for Doom, so he couldn't get rid of the silence.
Dire's
By the
top
way, he
tower
did go for
is under
Halberd
attack.
a while ago. It's really paid off.
Yeah, he did. He went for it. That's why I was commenting on the CK. Around the time that CK I was talking about it is when Doom blocked.
Dire's
So,
top tower.
it's been working really well. Pressure on Darkseer, though. That's going to make a bit of a difference, hopefully.
Yeah, double vacuum's pretty nice. Of course, double wall of replica. But vacuum is not to be trifled with. I mean, that ability, there's a reason it's got a 20-second cooldown. Really good.
30. Don't forget, it keeps getting more 30.
It is 30. You're correct. Yeah, 20 would be actually a little bit too strong, probably. And KVU, still...
Remember when Ags reduced the cooldown and everyone's like, you know what, this might be the best Ags Darkseer ever got.
Oh, was that true? I don't remember that instance of Ags.
Yeah, it was like, I think it reduced it to like 12 seconds, something like that, if I
Oh,
recall
wow.
correctly. Yeah, and honestly, that people were like, guys, I think I'm actually going to build Ags and Darkseer. It's like, no, they would troll you in game, but it was really useful.
Yeah. I mean, I brought up the older one that made your wall of replica illusions Omega busted, and then they...
Yeah, that one was dumb. That one was just straight up dumb, though, because it was either broken or useless, right? There was never a moment.
I guess it, like...
And even when it felt broken, it felt bad, to be
I
honest.
kind of liked, I mean, like, I don't like those Ags, but at the same time, like, I kind of do like those Ags because, like, it trains, like, the general player base on, like, what this hero is good at doing. And that makes everyone smarter,
Sure.
you know what I mean? Like,
That is true.
you know, obviously, if you build Ags on Darkseer in a game where, like, illusions are terrible and enemies have great illusion clear and, that, like, they don't have an Agi carry, like, you're bad, right? And you would get flamed. But then, like, you learn. Whereas, you know, now that it's a little bit easier, yes, the game's more flexible, but, like, that's a harder lesson to learn now.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if you watch enough pro play, you know, illusion hero, pick Darkseer. Everyone does this. So I think that's just what Icefrog is saying. Stop playing your pubs, go watch pros.
Watch pros. Don't pick Arc.
I think most people in the chat are
He's
like
also
that,
saying,
though.
don't play Arc Warden. Dosa Rapier. It's time.
Yeah, that's true. He says that every patch. And you're like, but Icefrog, I'd like to... Stop!
Everyone is...
Don't you dare!
Everyone is smoked. Lies does not have boots. BKB, Paladin Sword, Lincoln Sphere, and the Manta here. So he's got a trio of defensive items.
This is the only instance where you would really like to have a Heaven's Halberd on the CK. To prevent just 1 or 2 hits would be huge.
Last time that 5ManMidas fought here didn't go well for them, and now Sunlight's going to break the smoke, looking for his Doom target. RL, though, this time gets off the Exo preemptively. Sunlight still looking for Doom target, can't quite find one. Borko
Oh, this is a
has
perfect.
made a copy, but it's immediately nuked down. Rel makes the jump in. They find RRL, and now he's going to be doomed. Sunlight looking for the secondary doom target, but activating the borrowed time preemptively here is going to be the Abba. Huge electric vortex. That's going to nuke through two, pardon me. And now I believe Lies is going to be just controlled and killed for free, and that'll be the game.
Yep. I think in this game we understood a very important concept of the late game. Everyone always talks about core-to-core matchups, that's the most important part. Late game's about team fight, bro. And Darkseer does not bring enough team fight compared to the Doom. Just not.